question your government, question the things that are just being fed to you all the time that are just completely bogus. Yeah.
Yeah, I've interviewed some of your members before, and they were pretty happy. What do you hear most from your members?
Boy, what we hear most from our members is, I wish I would have found you sooner. I either didn't do anything, which is a bad thing to do, or I took a step that in retrospect now I realize I shouldn't have taken. Whatever that happens to be. I'll give you an example. We have people that come to us and say, well, yeah, I just filed bankruptcy and I'm trying to figure out what to do with my house. And it's like, whoa, you did that backwards, right? Number one, if you decide that this house doesn't work for you any longer, it's too big, it's too small, whatever it happens to be, you can live in that house free for at least a year. I've got clients that have lived in their house for more than 3 or 4 without making a payment the whole time. Once that house goes back to the bank, the laws in the state of Washington protect you so that you'll never have to pay back any of that money that the bank loses. You're in, a very good position at that point.
We're here in Arlington with Financial Revival Group founder Howard Bono. We're making some sense out of the pain that the distressed homeowners are feeling these days. Mr. Bono, how are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm well. Let's get right to it. Tell us your story.
Well, 7 years ago when the housing collapse hit, I had all my money in real estate. All my retirement money was in real estate, and it went away. I lost about $2 million.
So what did you end up doing?
Well, I have 20 years in the mortgage business, and I am a very thorough researcher, so I became an expert. I learned it all.
You didn't just roll over and play dead?
God, that is not me at all. I'm not that type of person. I figured it out. You might say I found the keys to the vault.
And now your members are enjoying the benefits from all that.
Oh, absolutely.
How did your wife take it?
Well, we've been married an awful long time, and my wife was very skeptical. And she said, okay, you've done all this research. I know what your background is. How's anybody that doesn't have the background that you have, what are they going to do? And I basically had to tell her the banks are they're going to do whatever the banks tell them to do, and the banks are going to take whatever money they have left.
How many people do you think are in this situation right now in Western Washington?
Boy, in Western Washington, there's over 300,000 people that owe more on their house than their house is worth. If we add in the distressed homeowners, now those are the ones that maybe their house payments have gone up, right? Maybe their incomes have been cut. Maybe they have medical bills or a divorce or hundreds of other things. And making that house payment right now, they just can't do it. You add those people in and we don't know how big the number is. And these people need some help, and they're not going to be able to get it from the traditional sources.
So now who can you help? Who's eligible to become a member here?
Well, what we do is we focus on working with people that either owe more on their houses than their houses are worth, or those people that are just distressed. It's like, I can't continue doing what I'm doing now because there's no way that it's sustainable. We want to teach those people all of the different options that they have. Not just the stuff the bank tells them, not just the stuff that's set up in these government programs. We want to talk about everything that they have available and help them to develop a plan that's going to take them to wherever it is that they want to go.
So you've got one-stop shopping here, essentially.
It's exactly what we do. Well, we want to talk about 9 different options that individual homeowners have. When you go to talk to the banks, they will only talk to you about 3 of them. So 2/3 of the options that you have available, the banks won't even discuss.
So I guess what you're trying to educate these homeowners to is that there is a way to stop paying, but without your knowledge and expertise, they could be in a hot seat.
True, very true.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Howard, as we're wrapping up here, I want you to take a look at the camera and tell the viewers out there what they need to do next. If they're feeling pain, or if they're in trouble, which they are.
Yeah. Okay, the first thing you got to do is, I got to tell you, you got to quit trying to deal with this by yourself, because you're not equipped to do it. So the first step in our process, we do a free 15-minute phone consultation. So we're very organized about the way that we do everything. So what I'm going to have you do is pick up the phone and call us. You're going to talk to Brianne, my assistant. If it's after hours, call and leave a number that she can call you at the next day, and she'll do that. We need 4 pieces of information from you. We need to know your name, we need to know your property address, we need to know how much you owe on your house, and we need to know who you make the payments to. That might even be the most important piece. And so what we'll do is we pull the county records, we do some background research, so that when you and I actually talk, then what happens is I've already got a pretty good handle on what's going on. In our call, I'm going to verify that the information that we have is correct. I want to hear your story. I want to know what's going on with you. kind of how you got to where you're at, and more importantly, what it is that you want to accomplish, so that we can kind of have a direction that we can start to work towards. During the call, I'm going to answer all your questions. At the end of the call, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about what we do and let you know if your scenario is something that we can help you with. Just the stuff that you need to understand to take yourself to wherever it is that you want to go.
We were able to tuck some money away, tuck a fair amount of money away, and that's still sitting away, which has a really nice feeling to it, by the way, to be able to do that.